It's Glasto 2022. We're still here. Hello, good morning. It is still morning? It is still morning.
Lorcan, do you want sugar? How much?
You're going to get Mexicans versus Mongrels on the stream. The Mexicans will bring their hexy flexy flow. The Mongrels will probably expect to see some dogged defense. As Lorcan throws himself through the window of the cab. You're nearly there, mate. I believe.
Nothing called love.
Okay, I'm starting to doubt.
Looks like
It's a good job that I'm not doing this, because I definitely couldn't do it.
Yeah, my ability to do it is going to be rapidly diminished as the game goes on.
I thought it might be, yeah.
Maybe the first few times on Saturday it's fine, but like trying to do this tomorrow morning?
Just, see, this is why I've got my tactic. Which is just not move. I'm here all weekend, baby.
Well, then you should be in this seat.
Yes, there's a problem with that. No. I have to move. You should have thought that about before I sat in this seat.
See, this is the thing. Your logic is so infallible. It's real tough to deal with.
Yeah, that it's so fallible that it's infallible.
Well, going up here, we've got Mexicans against Mongrels. Who do you fancy, Benj?
Mexicans always under-deliver on stream on Glasto, right? So we'll go Mongrels.
And were either of these teams gracious enough to fill in the stat sheets?
Yeah, we got some bits.
We got some little bits and bobs.
We got some bits and bobs. We got a little bit of bits and bobs.
The flower pot stats.
Someone did put Airplane as their favourite 80s film.
Great movie.
It's the funniest film of all time.
More jokes per square minute than any other film written.
Genuinely, every time I watch that film, I think I find a new joke. It's incredible, given I've seen that film so many times. Like, it shouldn't be possible to keep finding new things in that film. They've not put new things in there. It's still the same film.
Oh, if anything, they'd take stuff out.
Don't make them like that anymore. I don't know why the teams aren't playing frisbee.
Yeah, I mean, I did my whole play the honker and stuff, so it's kind of on them. I mean, we'll take this chance to run through the gameplay power-ups. We talked about Optimus Prime and Megatron. We talked about Thundercats Ho.
Yeah.
Bonsai, the three shortest players from both teams, play a point in one end zone.
I find that demeaning.
Double disco, both teams pull simultaneously. Both discs are always in play and worth 1 point each.
Nice.
Flipping the bird, inverted, 180. Hammers, scoobers, thumbers, whatever. It just has to be inverted. There's Bueller. Hang out, pick up, Sloan, go to Chicago, dance to twist and shout, stop and look around once in a while.
You might miss it.
I mean, it's important to do.
Life moves pretty fast.
Yeah. Also, you should go home when the movie's over. Speed of the Puma, which is the one we saw in the last game. Walking point, except for one player on each team who goes barefoot and can run. And finally, Let's Go. Two tallest players on each other's shoulders counts as 2 points if they score.
Boop, 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 boop. Do the Mario. Still not having any frisbee yet.
Yeah, which is a little peculiar. We're 4 minutes into the game. So these guys, no one's going to rush them.
No, just going to take their time.
As that's our very own Noah, who's part of the LGTV camera crew at past events.
Yeah, he's a hive guru as well. And he's pulling, wearing a sun hoodie.
Wishful thinking.
Broadbridge on this near side, into the centre, but it's just going to roll off the fingertips. Noah picks up and gets it moving quickly. Again, we will see this a lot from the Mexicans. They will try and keep those stall counts low, bounce the disc back and forth, look for those quick give-goes, 1-2s. It's looking kind of smooth. Oh, there's the hammer over the top. Yes, one-handed snag.
And a beautiful hammer for the score to start things off for the Mexicans. So over-delivering a little on the stream. in the first point, getting the turn and punching it in.
Shout out to Izzy, who put in her player survey. Anything else you want us to know? Shout out to Benji. Thanks, Izzy. I appreciate that.
Showing the love.
Right. Apologies that I'm going to be leaving you at the lurch by not coming to Sicko this year. Whoops.
Terrible, terrible.
It is bad, given that I do run it. But we'll be in Portimao
Oh yes, the LGTV crew.
for the European Beach Ultimate Club Championships. So I've got an excuse.
It's a flimsy one, but I suppose it works.
It's money in my pocket. I'm not in a position to turn that down.
Wait, you're getting paid for this?
You're not?
No, I thought we were doing this for charity.
Not EBUCC.
We weren't trying to raise money for the European Beach charity? Charity dedicated to getting geriatrics to beaches to play frisbee?
No, that's later in the week.
Oh, right, I'm getting mixed up.
Yes, that's the World Grandmasters Beach Ultimate Club Championships, which is also that week. This is a hanging ball towards the back of the... Oh, no.
Terrible.
Get out of the gym. Bad.
Very poorly done.
That was bad, and he should feel bad. So we are back in play. Mexicans, as they want to do, surrounding that stack. Flexing off. And they're just going to choose to zing it through the middle of the pitch. Here's a shot to the end zone. Liquid frisbee.
Very nicely done, taking advantage of the overthrown pull, which I think we can really blame everything that happened there to the Mexicans on that pull. Very, very poor pull.
It just goes to show that you should never go to the gym.
It's just a waste of time. It's all a scam. Gyms are conspiracy theories.
What's a gime?
Oh, a
gime.
gime.
That was genuinely quite good frisbee, though.
I know, which obviously we're not. That's not what we're here for. Somebody needs to go and have a word with them quietly.
Yeah, maybe they could do with a timeout.
I think it's time for timeout. I haven't seen any timeouts yet.
We have
team
not seen
gets
any
one
timeouts. Yeah, you do get one to use per game.
timeout or a...
Oh, you've just got a coffee delivered, haven't you?
I have.
Straight from Vez.
By the magnificent Vez.
The legendary Vez videos. Well, I've been thinking we need a new Vez video sticker. The design hasn't been updated in ages.
The design's so iconic.
Oh, it's even been milked for you. Look at that.
You gotta milk it.
Mental with a hammer over the top. Felix putting a bit of air underneath this one. The defender had no sight of that one, and Manning's into the end zone.
Really nice stuff by the Mexicans.
It wasn't bad.
No, this is some actually good ultimate. The Mexicans are playing a team called Mongrels, by the way.
Yeah? What does it say on the thing?
South Wales Storm.
I put a preset in for this. I blame... Who can I blame?
I blame the guy who threw that pull out of bounds on the point before this one.
Yeah, I should have done that.
Terrible, terrible move. Just been messing things up ever since, really. And it all comes from going to the game.
Can we get the team names fixed?
Oh, who are you playing?
Mongrels. There should be a preset for it, I think. But
Could do the same preset with left Mexico. What's the score?
2-1.
Big. Now that's a much better pull.
That is much better.
So 2-1 right now to the Mexicans.
And look at that, they're turning over.
See, that's what happens when you get a good pull.
It does. Pull it in bounds is a big thing.
So Felix Shardlow.
He's wearing those ugly old Clapham shorts before when it was like, cool, we've got sublimation, we can do everything with it. And teams needed to know that you didn't need to do everything with it.
That was a pretty bonkers few years.
Yeah, I know. Hammer over the top there to another OTTV crew member, Luke Burgess. Shout out to them.
Big shout out to Luke. He's got such a...
They've.
Oh, they've? My sincerest apologies. I actually, well, congratulations to Luke.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'd have known this if they filled in their player survey.
Yeah, we're not bigots. We're uninformed. There's a difference.
Exactly. Yeah, couldn't join us at Nationals last weekend, so it's good to see them back out there today for the real frisbee.
The frisbee that really matters.
Correct, yeah. Like, what's even the point of watching Nationals? Like, you know that Clapham are going to win in the Open division.
Well, you don't know for a fact that they're going to beat Chevron in the final, because this year they beat them in the semi-final.
Yeah, because they literally couldn't play Chevy in the final.
Yes, because there's now another team who are capable of beating Chevy.
Because Chevy lost to Albert Regions.
Yeah.
But enough about important frisbee. Here's the really important frisbee. TQ catching the ball. Chief trash talker in one of my fantasy football leagues. Long puts it deep. This might be too deep, you know. Oh, it's a misread in the end zone. Someone needs to spend more time in the library.
Oh, a nice little inside-out backhand by Noah. And there's a rare Thundering Herd jersey.
Remember when Thundering Herd were like full cow print?
Yes, the good old days. Again, looking back into the dark days of sublimation.
And he's lost all my fantasy ultimate points. What a nerd! Boo this man.
Boo!
So hang on, we should take the thing. Oh, it's a
timeout.
It's a tequila timeout.
So, can you explain to the people watching at home what a tequila timeout is, please, Benji?
Right, what you do is you take a timeout.
Okay, I'm with you so far.
And then you drink some tequila.
Now that's an interesting way to spice up, or I suppose sour up,
Yeah.
a timeout.
Have they not brought us any? Hang on.
Yeah, okay, somebody needs to go tell Izzy.
Yeah.
And
Tequila.
now while I have the chance to speak to the mic and everybody, I'd like to talk to you about one of the things about the 80s that's always really bothered me. And that's the French. Why do they go do maths to get to 80s? 80. I mean,
420.
420?
Blaze it.
I mean, we're not allowed to smoke in the cab, but Glastonbury is somewhat synonymous with partaking.
Right, not the tournament necessarily.
No, just the general town.
But just, yeah, it's...
It was famously founded by stoners back in 1487 who were trying to seek a refuge from the bigotry that they experienced. Of course, those stoners would then go on to colonize Jamaica, giving rise to modern Rastafarianism.
Right, and they built Stonehenge as a monument to the stoning.
Exactly. It's one of the Mesolithic era's first ever hot boxes.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Well, you can see it.
Origin, because, you think druids, you think mushrooms, but they also smoked a lot of weed.
Here's the thing, though. Like, you can tell that obviously they were high when they built it because they forgot to finish it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, how many times have you been building a house and you're like, oh, I'm done, and look, you didn't put any windows on.
Or a roof.
Roofs aren't quite necessary back then.
I mean, we've all done it in like The Sims when you look at the cutaway and it's like everything's built, and then you put it live and you realise that I forgot to put a roof on, but you can't see it because when you're in like cutaway mode, it gets rid of the roof anyway. We've all been there, all of us.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever done to your Sims?
Honestly, I didn't like doing weird stuff to them. I just let them. I tried to get them to live the organised life that I never could. You know how people are like, I'm going to live vicariously. I'm going to, take the stairs out of the swimming pool and watch them drown or whatever. At one point,
that's living vicariously.
Sure.
These people with suicidal ideation,
dying vicariously. Oh my God, Bumfluff's got it.
Well, if I have to die, I'd rather do it vicariously.
Have you not got some salt and?
I can get all the bits.
Well, they have quite legitimately brought us 2 shots of tequila, so I think when in Glasto.
When in Mexico. This is quite an extended timeout, isn't it?
Well, you got to take your time sometimes.
Hang on. We just need to get this on. What do they say? How do they cheers in Mexico?
I don't want to speculate.
Chin chin.
Arriba?
Tequila.
That's actually quite a nice tequila.
I've had worse.
Yeah, that aftertaste is rough.
It's because we didn't get the salt and the lime.
Good tequila you should be able to just take on its own. So yeah, salt and lime would have really helped with that.
Yeah. I don't remember seeing Jose Cuervo on the roster. Other tequilas are available.
Patron.
Meanwhile, they've rudely interrupted the tequila break to play a game of frisbee.
Well, I can't believe that. We're clearly here for the Glastonbury tequila drinking tournament.
Can't believe they've done this.
So Noah, he's on the brink.
He's worth it. We're looking forward. What do we think here? Turnout?
I think spicy blade to the end zone. Otherwise, it's going to be a turnout.
Thummer? He's got mental really poached. He should take that. Like, there should be no excuse for not taking that.
Except for the fact that it's Glastonbury.
That is an excuse. But you got to embrace the hex, right? You got to take it.
Are they actually playing hex?
Why is he moving all the time? Oh, he's stopped now. Yeah, there we go. See?
Oh, they do take the immediate pass to mental.
That's hex, baby.
It's very disappointing is what it is. Oh, they're dribbling. They're dribbling. I think they'd wipe their mouths after the tequila.
That's not dribbling. Nice slip there. Bang.
Very nicely done. Eventually getting that hammer. Like that's what I said. You got to blade it.
Obviously, you can pick out Superfly John from miles away because he's covered head to toe in tattoos. Of course, they are just skin colour tattoos, so you wouldn't know. But
yeah, they're very, very intricate. But
very high pain threshold on that guy.
Yeah.
80s icon Kermit the Frog.
Was Kermit brought about in the 80s? Or is that another person who's just sustained through decades of culture?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I love the Muppets. I don't trust people who don't like the Muppets.
It's kind of like your litmus test for having a soul. A lot of people use dogs, use the Muppets.
Yeah, Muppets, ABBA. People who don't find googly eyes hilarious.
Oh, there are people who don't find googly eyes hilarious?
Believe me, unfortunately there are.
Sociopaths.
Also people with first names for surnames, but I once got in trouble for saying that.
A lot of people have first names for surnames.
I know.
And I don't trust any of them. And neither should you.
I should point out that it's not that I don't trust them.
Oh. It's that you don't like them.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's also incredibly legitimate.
Everything is a first name if you believe. And that's why I don't like anyone.
Again, a very legitimate position to take.
Noah's going to pull again.
I guess no one else really wanted to.
It's not bad, actually, to be fair.
Not bad, actually.
Not bad. I mean, it should have been a thumb up, but...
Exactly. It wasn't great. It could have been much better.
Here's Whip It, as you can tell by that long, lean frame.
He whips it good. Oh! I thought Felix was going to be able to turn around and get a block on there. That's a seemingly good leading pass. Well collected on the under.
Oh, catch your D's, Noah.
Or don't just stand there and watch them turn into O's.
And then they flow it nicely into the end zone.
That was really nice by Mongrels. They've had 2 really nice offensive holds and then 2 pretty bad turnovers.
Yeah. Generally, pretty clean game. Only a couple of turnovers we've seen. A bit slow because we had that extended tequila timeout. And
we did also start like 4 minutes late.
Have to respect that, yeah.
That's a great grab.
I like that he's not giving that one up. It's like, oh, the defender's probably in a position here, but I'm still going to come back and go through.
Yeah, people who've gone deep and then turned to come under on the underthrown throw. Rare enough in this sport, and it's such a valuable move.
Do you want to know what's going on in the cricket? I know how much you love your cricket.
I don't like cricket.
Oh, no. You love it. Bit of 10cc, dreadlock holiday, that's 80s.
Is it?
Yeah, it must be.
It's past the Dutchy Pond to the left-hand side 80s.
We'll go with yes.
I know the original isn't, but I think the cover was 80s.
Anyway, South Africa are 7 for 2.
Congratulations! Or that's very bad.
That's bad for them.
Bad.
It's bad. It's very bad.
It's very bad.
It's very bad. So frisbee's back happening again. Oh,
that's a bad miss.
So I think that's the first Mexican turnover.
So let's see if Mongrels can climb this wall and get back into the game. It is currently 4-2.
Hello, then they're bouncing, they're dribbling it themselves.
Well, look at this. Maybe it's Hex is taking over the world, or maybe lots of people know how to play Give Go.
No, you're wrong. No one knows how to play Give Go.
I have never been wrong in my life, except all those times.
Nothing could possibly go wrong.
It's impossible.
Possibly go wrong. That's the first thing that's ever gone wrong. Genuinely though, this is quite good. This is nice frisbee. They flow it quickly. Mexicans look out of position, and then they score. Not bad.
I agree. Terrible. I can't believe they're putting on this show for the fans at home. Fans at home, let us know in the chat how disappointed you are.
With?
Just in general, you know, it's been a rough year.
Queen died.
Yeah. Rest in peace. Kobe died.
That was last year, wasn't it?
Well, I feel like it happened yesterday.
I feel like that was a year. That was longer ago than we think.
I think you're right, actually, yeah, because... No, you're totally right. That was last year. Because then the Lakers won the championship.
No, it wasn't. It was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Two
Lakers,
and a half years ago.
Yeah, Lakers won the championship the year he died.
Hot damn.
Well, still rest in peace.
Where'd you put Kobe on the list of basketball greats?
Near the bottom.
Brinkworth,
Oh.
he unleashes that one.
It's
Roofing.
floating, turving.
Oh, there you go. And that's Hex, baby. Put up some spicy hammers to coverage and hope they work out.
You know, Hex looks a lot like the kind of offense I play.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, I thought you'd enjoy it.
Mexico, of course, I would describe that as maybe a salsa verde type of throw.
Ooh. What's your kind of, like, Mexican food of choice?
Oh, I love it all. There is kind of... Basically, all Mexican food is the same thing in a different package. As we have another look at the catch. It might be a Saturday, but the roofing business is still functional. But I would say probably a burrito, and then because I'm very white, a burrito bowl.
Oh, no, not having a burrito bowl. You kidding me? You miss out on the best bit.
What, the fact that it all falls apart when you're like 2/3 done?
Yes.
No, I hate that bit.
No, you've just got bad burrito technique.
No, the thing with the burrito is, like, especially a good one, which has got a real heft to it, you know? Like if you dropped it off a chair, it would knock a child out.
Like El Jefe.
Exactly. So those ones, you kind of have to, like, take bites across the top of it, because the way it'll be wrapped. With a burrito bowl, it's way easier to just mix it all together into one delicious Mexican paste. Cover that in hot sauce and just eat it. Oh, nice! Good little jump through on the defense. The zone working out. Was it zone? Was it lazy defense? Well, whatever it was, it worked.
Welcome to Flex. Play more frisbee. That was easy.
Yeah, that was really good. Now, was that dribbling?
Looked a little bit like dribbling. It's like the first forays of dribbling. You'll know dribbling when you see it.
So that's more like drooling.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm certainly not salivating for it. I want more big shots. Far too conservative. 5-3. We're almost halfway through. You too count as an 80s band.
Absolutely, you two would.
And the best albums probably came out in the 80s. October, War, Boy. Was the Joshua Tree in the 80s?
Probably.
Yeah. U2 might be my favorite 80s band.
I'm not really big on you two.
Oh, well, that's because you're wrong.
No, it's because they're... I can't say that. I will say that Bono's name backwards is O Knob.
That's funny enough. That's what we all call him.
Yeah. I like the Unforgettable Fire. That's my favourite U2 song.
That's fair. I think, yeah, Sunday Bloody Sunday is probably my favorite.
Shock.
That Staring at the Sun is like a deep cut favorite of mine.
That is deep.
And Sweetest Thing. I just think that's beautiful lyrics. And then One is just phenomenal.
Ooh, a little drop there.
Man, you know, it's hard for me to say what my favorite U2 song is, actually. They got bangers.
I like Beautiful Day.
Beautiful Day is good. How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb's got some hits on it. Elevation is a bit of fun.
I remember reading an article once. It was like the Visionary. It was like the 15 worst albums of. Oh no, it wasn't that nice. It was like the 13 worst albums of 2004, whenever it was that album was released, and it was just that album 14 times, one for each track.
Well, this is the thing. U2 go in and out of style. It gets like really stylish to be into them and then really stylish to hate them.
Remember when U2 downloaded themselves onto everyone's iPod?
That would, I'd say, be the third time that it became stylish to hate U2. And I would argue U2 have gone in and out of style more than any other band. And in order to go in and out of style, you have to come back into style. Kind of like Green Day. Dookie, they captured the zeitgeist, and they kind of buggered off for the late 90s. And, you know.
And then they kept, to be fair, I never really got Green Day either. This Huck's got a bit of IO shape. Who's going to get there? Oh, he got posterized.
Take a photo and print it.
Well, I want that on my wall.
Need some new material.
We do, yeah. It's been said. There's only so many ways you can slice it up.
Well, we'll see. As we continue to drink cider and try to steal tequila off people who are playing, I imagine we're going to start getting into the realms of what I like to refer to as OTTV After Dark. As we're going to have another look. That was a great grab by Felix, and then he just lackadaisically throws it away. He's like, there, that's where you should be. And no, not. Sometimes taking it too easy, Felix. Look at that grab. Big and beautiful. It's floating. Kind of loose. He keeps eye on that the whole time. Knows his height. Knows the maximum of his jump.
Yeah, there was a moment when I thought that the edge was just going to take it out at the sideline, but it was way too well in the end.
No. Knowing the edge is a privilege.
Just like Bono.
Great music. But yeah. And then obviously Green Day came back into style in 2002, I think, with American Idiot. Maybe 2001. As the Mexicans flowing down this pitch.
Again, you really see the focus. They want to keep this stall count low. And they want to... I think you probably can look to give the... They want to give the disc back to the thrower as well. Oh, that is a cheeky shot over the top.
It's always going to be a risky one as well. You never want to go for a same third huck.
I think the difficult part was he was right underneath it. And he decided, I'm just going to stick my hand up and try and catch it going over my head. Whereas the best thing would have been just accept that you're going to lose sight of it for a second. And then wait till you can actually see it again in front of you and lay out for it.
I disagree. I think the best thing to do is you jump and turn in the air and try and catch it, and then fall stylishly to the ground. That was a nice hammer.
That was all right, yeah.
Yeah, that was a great response by the Mongrels, just flowing down the pitch and getting the score in really quick.
Yeah, it's a tasty little game, this.
Yeah, I mean, if they filled in their player sheets, then we'd be able to shout out some people.
Yeah, that is some guy to some other guy.
I believe that is Richard Hennig throwing it to Julius Pepperworth III. Julius Pepperworth III, his favourite 80s movie, of course, is The Never-Ending Story.
That is Ed the TD's favourite 80s film.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Labyrinth, was that 80s?
It was. I've seen people put Labyrinth on their forms.
Understandable. That just freaked me out. The hand wall freaked me the hell out.
So I've not seen it.
They have a wall made of hands, and the hands will make faces and talk. And it's just creepy as hell.
Interesting seeing here, someone put Morrissey as their 80s icon, and I've got bad news for them. Morrissey's not a good person, allegedly.
Oh, well, I've heard that. I haven't looked into it too much. I wasn't that big into the Smiths, which is like a cardinal sin if during like the mid-noughties 80s revival. Mid-noughties 80s revival. Which seemed to go on for like indie. People got really into it.
I love a bit of this. I love a bit of indie miserableism.
I mean, like, yeah, I can hear how great it is, and some of the lyrics are just sensational. But I think it's because my dad used to always put it on when there was a load of house cleaning, so I just associated it with having to clean the house on a Saturday when you're 10. And you know how that's the worst thing in the world. Oh, kind of like that attempt at a dump pass.
We use the word attempt because it didn't come off. They could bring this level if they punch this in.
Come on, Mongrels. These dogs are barking.
Cheeky little round break to start. Whippet wants to gun this to the back of the end zone.
Really well judged. I thought for a second that Whippet was going to be able to send that around Shardlow, but Shardlow turns just at the right time and elevates to knock it away. That's why you gotta blade him.
He may be old, but he can still get it done.
He may be old and he can't get it done, but he's not a communist.
Hey, he may be a communist, but he's not a porn star. Welcome to Benjamin Lorcan's Simpsons Deep Cuts, live from Glasto.
That's just what we're going to be doing all day long. Ooh, just laying a little bit of a shoulder into him. And you know what? I gotta say I like it.
A bit of Mr. Plow action.
That name again?
Mr. Plow.
Luke Burgess, back of the end zone, recycling the disc.
Oh,
That's a nice grab. Send it. Send it.
there's no one to send it to.
I don't care. You send it after that. That's also another nice little feed. Now you gotta send it. Oh, would you somebody go deep? Is that not allowed in Hex?
It's very much allowed,
Well, then why does nobody ever do it?
because people are idiots. But I agree, you should, after a good cut like that, you should send it on principle and just trust that someone picks it up.
And then
if
if
there's no one there, it's on them.
That's receiver error on all 4 of your receivers.
100%.
Man, they're drawing triangles, but they're drawing triangles for the sake of it, because they could have just not thrown a pass about a minute ago and been in this exact position.
Yeah, but it's not as fun, is it?
Well, I get, like, the whole point of moving the disc is that you have to constantly reset the defense. But if you're always engaging in one-on-one passing sessions, you're not resetting the defense, are you? You're just throwing for the sake of it.
You are resetting it. You're making them move. You're making them work.
You're making 2 of them move. You're not. They're not making enough of them move.
Well, no, because it's not like everyone else is just static.
Well, it looks like that. Certainly doesn't look like they're changing angles on what their options are. Oh, that's a big bid from Whippet, but getting nothing.
He's wide open. Yeah, take that.
I'll throw the hammer. Every time Mental gets it, I keep thinking Captain Insano first.
Who?
Captain Insano?
Doesn't mean anything to me.
The Water Boy, I suppose, is 90s movies. Should be scratched from the record.
Oh.
A call? An uncontested call. Disagree. I think you should immediately have to turn over the disc for making a call.
Making calls is unspirited, actually. A thesis by Lorcan Murray. What you should do is make terrible calls and then retract them, because that's good spirit.
That's fantastic spirit.
Yeah.
Now there's a nice throw, dump all the way to the far sideline.
And then the receiver in the end zone looked away. What are you doing, SFJ?
See, like, now they just ladder their way out of power position. And they do it in a way that doesn't force defensive resets. Oh, that's nice, though. That's twice that's happened. Really good play, working it to one sideline. The hammer across the pitch can be a dangerous throw, but...
Yeah, they like those little soft spot hammers, don't they?
Well, you know, a little bit of soft serve on
Shout
the
out
weekend.
Shout out, by the way, to whoever's personal hotspot is Eat the Rich. I don't know who that is, but respect. Is that you?
What I don't understand
My
is
guy.
why the working classes, as the largest of the classes, don't simply eat the others.
So true.
So 33 minutes into this game.
Oh, that's half time, technically.
Oh, it is.
It
Would
is
you look at
half-time.
that? I mean, we didn't really observe it last time. They didn't even change end zones. They just swapped disc.
That's because they didn't have to change end zones.
You
They
have
were
to
already in
change
the
end
right.
zones?
They were
Oh.
already in the right end zone. This time
They're
they will.
not.
This time they will have to change end zones. Have I not got internet? I'm going to play the dinosaur game.
Of course, the dinosaur game is the game where you try and fix your internet on your laptop while keeping your elbows tucked into your sides, touching your ribs.
While someone else sings the theme to Jurassic Park, which we won't do because it's not the 80s.
I was just about, because I was like, I don't think I could do that off the top of my head. I'm going to wind up accidentally singing the theme tune to Titanic or something.
Also, we'll get DMCA'd.
I don't think I can sing nearly in tune enough for us to be worried about DMCA. Oh, no, that's Halo.
And when they try and... The thing is, if you do it for rap, you get run DMCA'd.
Oh, no. Because you got to talk this way?
It's tricky. I don't really know many other Run DMC songs, I'll be honest.
Run DMC, big time 80s. That's who I've tried to model my costume after.
Are you going to go with a big old clock round your neck?
That's not Run DMC. That is Flavor Flav, Public Enemy.
Oh, of course it's Public Enemy.
Fear of a Black Planet, one of the greatest albums ever. It takes a nation of millions to hold us back.
Yeah, it does.
I saw them live in 2013, which is a crazy year to see them live in.
I knew it wasn't Run DMC, and I couldn't.
They wouldn't let Flavor Flav into the UK for the gig in 2013. I think it was like a gun charge or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Which was unfortunate, but still just one of the best gigs I've ever been at in my life. It was incredible. Seems to be
Fight the power.
just like that. But I've tried to go with more of like colourful and then the bucket hat. Also, LL Cool J coming out. I Need a Beat, 1985. LL Cool J. A lot of people overlook him now, but he is genuinely one of the founding figures of hip hop.
Yeah, I always think of LL Cool J as 90s.
Yeah, no, he bridged the gap from the kind of Kool and the Gang.
But don't call it a comeback. He's been there for years.
That's it exactly. And he was still kind of popping off in the noughties to an extent, and then he just kind of disappeared into mediocre.
Did some acting and stuff,
cops.
didn't he?
Did like playing authority figures a lot, which was always kind of ironic. But yeah, definitely an 80s figure. Does Cilla Black count as an 80s figure? Not so much for the singing, but for Blind Date.
Blind Date's 90s, isn't it?
He was still going in the 90s. I just thought maybe it started in the 80s.
Do like a bit of Blind Date. With Al Graham. I like a bit of Jeopardy. That's always one of my game shows of choice.
What is one of the best game shows of all time? That's a nice arcing shot around. Great D. So Mongrels looking to close this gap. Trying to stay close to the Mexicans. There's a big shot coming up from the man wearing Seattle jersey, who I assume is American.
No, that's Alexis Long.
Oh.
Who's far too good to be playing at a tournament like Glasto.
I was going to say, because those throws are coming off really well. There's definitely someone who's got a high standard of ultimate.
Just got finnied a little bit there at the end of the shot. Down the sideline. Ooh, overshot.
Yeah, they're trying to chip away at this defense, but unfortunately that was chips away.
See what you did there.
I'm always out here doing stuff. Much like the Mongrels, there's a big helixing hammer. It's not going to go where it's intended to.
That was ugly. Put that one back in the toolbox.
Those kind of throws I like to see people attempting, but I prefer to see them pull off. Noah here, starting to run the show a little bit. I like that. That's give and go.
I've seen his videos. That's a lie. I haven't watched the videos. But I hear that they're good.
Oh, huge
That's
grab.
good. Let's go.
Okay, things are heating up here. The Mexicans.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just bang it again. Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Can you hear me, Lord? I'm knocking.
Oh, tequila.
Very poor, very poor.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Tequila. I feel like he needs more tequila, so we're going to have a look at this big shot downfield. It looked perfect.
I'm going to clip that and put that in the fantasy football group chat.
He makes a bad pick. Doesn't work out from that week. Just play that gif as a response.
100%.
I keep it Ben Franklin. I'm not going to change. Well, that's nice. Well taken in by Izzy.
Send it. Oh.
You gotta send it in that situation. Very
I agree that there's
disappointing.
not enough sending of the frisbee.
And another huge grab
from the only person who I don't have on the roster.
Thundering Herd 8. I just want to send you a little bit of love. Laying your life on the line and not even getting the glory for it.
He's bigger than Andre the Giant out there. No, that's 80s.
Andre the Giant, famously driven to school by Samuel Beckett.
I know, right? How wild is that?
So wild.
That's my favourite fact. I love that you know that.
It's just one of those things. You got to know certain things about Samuel Beckett, known as Samuel Feckett. Oh, and Feckett's the appropriate word right now.
Oh, and they're putting it deep again. Come on, Noah. You're young. You can chase this down.
He was eating up that yardage. Did I use that correct? Yardage?
It's pronounced Yardahe.
Ah, Yardahahe.
Lead. Oh, that's got to go. Oh, my word. Not like that.
Not like that.
Not like that.
Never like that. Why?
I'll tell you what that should have been there.
It should have been an arcing throw from Noah.
Should have been a thumber.
Oh, yeah, you're definitely right.
An arcing thumber.
Well, there we got a nice hammer.
Nah, it's
and
not
are
a
they going
thumber.
to send it deep straight away? No, there's a serious lack of sending it deep straight away.
And there you are, you get punished.
Disc, don't lie. Oh, that's a tasty grab. Almost a little
Tasty.
bit of a show as well.
Whoop.
Look at it.
Well, we got like 10 minutes left.
Yes, we've got just under 10 minutes left, coming into the 42nd minute of the game now.
8-5.
8-5, I believe, is the score, yes, although scoreboard on the pitch is wrong.
And South Africa have lost another wicket.
How many runs did they get?
They are, last time I saw, 26 for 3.
That doesn't sound great.
It's not great.
Well, that's just one of those moments. Maybe your boys feeling the spirit, doing the country proud.
No better way to represent the Queen than by bazballing some former colony.
You should have stayed as a Dominion. South Africa, of course, part of the Council of Dominions back in 1928 when several, at the time, colonies, including Ireland and Canada and Australia, came together to kind of be like, hey, what if we became our own countries, kind of? Searching for extra rights, so big part of that campaign.
I was going to make a joke there, and I thought that's probably a bit appropriate.
Yeah, just have a bit more cider and then come back to me.
I was going to say that South Africa were looking for a few extra something else that rhymes with rights.
Of course, kites. It's a famously windy country. A lot of kite enthusiasts. That's a nice grab.
Love it.
What would you call that? Balletic? Is that the word?
Yeah, we can go with that. And almost a balletic throwaway, but towed into the end zone.
And collected by the cheese-eating surrender monkey himself.
I don't think he's actually French.
I doubt he's actually French, but, you know, if you're going to fly those colours, you're going to be tarred with that brush.
You can't say that word.
What, tar?
You know. You know.
I'm sorry, I forgot how offensive tar was to you.
Yeah.
Is that why the roads are so poor here?
Some of them, yeah. Also because Brexit. If you go to Wales, there's loads of unfinished roads because they're all getting EU funding to build them.
Wait, really? That's true?
Yeah. And then you see the signs like EU funding is building this road. Except it's not, because...
Oh, that's hilarious. Well, now Liz Truss is in charge, so everything is going to be fine.
Oh, we got double discs.
Oh, and here comes the power. 2 discs. Each disc is worth a point. They stay live at all times. So once it's dropped by one team, the other team can pick it up and just try and play it along. The real question is, if one person winds up with both discs, what's the stall count?
Yes. Thanks to Lexi for bringing that to our attention. I won't mention that he's particularly short, because he asked me not to.
Well, it would be very rude for us to mention that he is particularly short, especially after he did. So we'll not mention that he's particularly short.
I mean, he seems like a perfectly reasonable height to me.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Among short people.
Oh my God, this is...
This is going to be a bit peculiar. I don't know how our camera's going to follow the action. Noah Brinkworth has dropped one of the discs. So both discs are in possession. And yes, the Mongrels have realized this is their chance to go even. And they've immediately dropped the disc themselves. We basically got 2 different games happening in 2 different end zones. But the team are outside their own end zone. So the ones in possession. That's a nice arcing pass. Really well chased down indeed. That's the one off the screen. As you can see in the top right left-hand corner of the screen, you can see one of the discs, bottom right. That's Felix.
This is what you do. Like, you see teams play these dominator sets. Do you get, like, literally just break it into kind of 2 mini games? Mannings with the hammer wants to end one. Oh, he flipped. The turf monster got him.
So here comes a great opportunity for the Mongrels to punch one in while Whippet brings it to the front of the end zone on the left-hand side. That's off screen. Here comes the hammer over the top. Will that be a score? Probably not.
No, a bit of a misread that.
But Mongrels are doing a good job of getting the disc into the same pitch, into the same part of the space. So with one camera, we could probably get all of the action. This is where it's going to get a little bit dicey. But we're not playing craps. We're here playing Ultimate Glastonbury. There goes another hammer over the top. That one's out of frame. That one's also not collected. So now we see the Mexicans. That's a nice high release backhand break. And the Mexicans have an opportunity. They've got both discs in possession. They're doing the smart thing and taking their time on one disc.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you got the opportunity perhaps for a slow pickup, you can finish one in and then try and play with the other. Oh,
that's what the
Manning
Mexicans
slides.
So Mexicans miss on one. And they're not picking up. Whippet hasn't noticed that one of the discs is down and next to him. So we're just back to a normal Ultimate game right now. Someone needs to tell the Mongrels that that disc is in their possession. They could maybe influence the Mexicans.
Or the Mexicans could say delay of game and start putting a stall count on.
That's very true. A smart Mexican would do that if they were aware.
I think they're more focused on just scoring this disc.
Somebody could really do with noticing. They say no to that shot to Noah.
Gone. That can
He
go.
gets it. The other disc is still down. That's not the end of the point. They seem to think it's the end of the point. It isn't. Oh, maybe it is. They scored and he just threw it there after scoring.
Oh, yeah, that must be what happened.
If that's what's happened, then Noah scored both of those points.
That's not bad. Good return. Here's the second.
So I'm pretty sure the Mongrels called that
10-6.
power to try and get the game to 8-all. And it definitely backfired on them.
See, I might be calling that, I think, when I'm on defense.
Yes.
So when I would be pulling.
So you automatically get a...
So you also have one pulled to you rather than calling it an offense when you're going to be receiving the disc anyway, and you're giving the opponents an extra disc to play with. See, I've thought about this strategically.
So I think that's what they did.
No, because Mexican scored the previous.
To go 8-6 up? It was 7-6? Was it not 7-5?
I don't even know.
Fair. Oh, and we've got 2 more dogs for the dog camera. So does that bring us up to 3 or 4? 4.
I think that's 3 we've had on stream, but we've seen at least.
We've seen 5, but we had one on the
5.
opposite sideline, one right at the start of the day, and then those 2. I think it's 4.
Yeah, I'm very pleased that the dogs are currently outnumbering the children on stream.
Ain't nobody got time for your kids.
Exactly. Should be penalised for bringing your kids. By the way, that's not. I don't genuinely believe that.
I do.
I think it's nice that people bring their families to Glasto.
I think it's disgusting.
So they can, start teaching them bad habits early.
I suppose that's a good point, yeah. You don't want them to be disappointed when they turn 18 and find out who you really are. You got to slowly break that news to them. Over their lifetime.
Here's the particularly short, but we won't mention that long, finding an option on this near side.
Well, that's a big play for a small man.
Oh. Deserved to be caught.
Deserves to be admonished for dropping it.
You putting that on the receiver?
Oh, yeah. Just like that throw on the receiver.
Is that a bit of Alice Cooper in the background?
Well, we don't want to get run DMC'd.
I can't believe that he changed his name to Alice Cooper because his real name wasn't rock and roll enough.
What was his real name?
His real name's Vincent Fernier.
I think that's a that's new romantic name, you know?
No, I think that's glam rock. You go with
No.
that is expansive. It did not pay off.
Where's the hard vowel sound that's necessary for glam rock? Vincent. I guess the T at the end of Vincent for now.
Do you mean consonant sound?
I do mean consonant sound, sorry.
You know Susie Dent. Hashtag Susie Dent Ultras.
That's the ultra community that you belong to?
I mean, why wouldn't it be?
It follows. It makes sense why you're always shooting off flares while we watch Countdown too.
Yeah, how do you feel that there's an Irishman hosting Countdown now?
There always was.
No,
oh no, Cats does Countdown is what I'm thinking of.
Should be Carl's not Irish.
Born in Limerick.
Is he?
Yeah.
Ah. But no, real Countdown's got an Irishman now.
Who?
Colin Murray.
Really?
Yeah. He filled in a little bit during the pandemic, and he's got the job till February, till spring next year at least, which is great for him because when he first moved down to London or whatever, he put in his bio, he picked his agent because his agent was also Richard Whiteley's agent.
Genius.
And there's the surprisingly short, but we won't mention that, long catching for the score.
I actually really like Colin Murray. He's the Northern Irish lad.
Yeah, I really rate
He
him.
used to do the championship match of the day.
He did match of the day too, and he still does the EFL games on some channel that don't sponsor us, so we won't mention them. Yeah, I like him as a broadcaster. Yeah, he always said it was his dream job to host Countdown. Happy with him. Watched exclusively by students, stay-at-home parents, and the elderly.
I mean, that's one hell of an audience to get to.
Yeah.
A series of people who have no control over their own finances.
Oh, South Africa have lost another one. They're now 31 for 4.
So that's good.
For England, yes.
Nice.
Sorry, England and Wales, technically.
Really? Wales are in the English cricket team?
They can be. I mean, I don't think we've got any Welshers at the moment. But yeah, Glamorgan play in the English county system.
So there's no Welsh cricket team?
No, because it's the England and Wales cricket team.
Hmm.
But Scotland and Ireland have their own cricket teams.
Yeah, I knew about Ireland having their own one.
You mean you know about them on the rare occasions when they beat England?
Like 2011, yes I do.
What, in Bangalore? Kevin O'Brien?
Yeah, beautiful moment. And then we go out and get absolutely steamrolled by Australia. Oh, that was a time when I saw, at one point, we had more people out than we had runs. It was a bit rough.
Mate, I'm an England cricket fan, I can sympathise. We lost to Ireland once.
Now that's embarrassing.
You think that's embarrassing? We did it again. Hello, a bit of zone coming out.
And this is what Felix was hoping for, is they're just passing it, give and going all the way down the pitch.
Now
really
that's
nice.
dribbling.
No, that was give and go. Because you could see the way they gave and then they would go. That was a completely unnecessary. Why would you just throw it over Izzy like that?
Funny.
I suppose, yeah.
Never forget the value of banter in an offence.
As that was almost a double team for a second. The disc really stagnating now on Felix. Really loves his lateral backhands. And then they're looking for more options.
I can go back. What are you doing? Stop holding it.
Yeah, he just
Oh,
really
fair
doesn't
enough.
want to throw it to Izzy, it seems.
Misogynist, clearly.
Yeah, I think that's a fairly famous thing people associate with Noah.
Right. Definitely didn't get one animal of each gender. Oh, should the hooter have gone?
Should it have?
Yeah, I
past
think
the
so.
50-minute mark? Very sorry.
Just do it now. That already sounds like it's running out of air a little bit. I would honk the horn, but the horn apparently doesn't work when the car's not on, which is wild to me.
Now we just have to do our best geese impressions.
Honk.
Honk.
When was it? Oh, last time we had Sicko, whoever had the event, the hall the week before, they took the electronic scoreboard box, so it wasn't working. So we just got, I think it was rhubarb every time at the end of the game to just stand up and go, honk. It was very effective, actually.
And how do you get rhubarb to make that kind of a noise? Is there a certain way you bend it?
Yeah. You blow through it.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Weren't all traditional Welsh musical instruments made of rhubarb?
Leeks?
Right, yes.
No, I mean, what's your source on that? Who's leaked that information to you?
Oh, well, there was a guy at the pub who told me he was part of the Welsh Secret Service.
Yeah.
That's spelled WSS and is pronounced Ilafikakonkagil.
Not your best.
I'm working on the Welsh accent.
If anything, it's the opposite, where it looks really complicated and then there's actually pretty easy. With the exception of Clanferpel, which we all know is a nonsense.
That's the only one you consider a nonsense?
Well, that one's especially nonsensical. You don't need to place that long. There's a place in New Zealand, I think, with an even longer name. Don't know what it is.
Isn't there a place in Denmark?
There are places in Denmark. I've heard it said, blading to the end zone.
Oh.
Oh, through the hands.
See, now that's very surprising, because you expect all blades to the end zone to be caught.
I mean, I would hope so. But, yeah, apparently not. Oh, no one's really doing anything. It's weird.
Nina, now that's the kind of hex that I'm more familiar with.
This is nice, just kind of solid, consistent. Working it down the pitch. Oh,
I'll give that an up.
here we go, Brachia. And snagged by Mannings. Fighting this over the top.
And I feel like Luke came in there and got the D.
Yeah, he wanted to play more frisbee.
Well, he's not alone in that regard.
It's the final countdown.
I mean, they do have 5 minutes to finish this game before the next game starts.
It's not the final, though.
That's true. It's one of many countdowns we'll be going through over this weekend.
Yeah, Ed's, I think, blown his proverbial load too early. Hammer over the top. Oh, expertly towed out. Well, towed not in, I should say.
Throw
Thummer,
it.
Do it.
Oh, boo.
Oh.
That's what you get. That's what you get. Why wouldn't you throw the thumber when it was on?
Everyone saw you do that!
And that's why we do this. Not to help grow the sport or help
But to shame
people to
people.
relive their moments. But yeah, so we could shame specifically Felix Shardlow.
Correct. That's what he coached me for all those years ago when I started at uni. So that one day I could shame him on stream.
It's a big part of the Sussex or coaching mechanism, right? Shaming people.
I mean, look what it did for me. Oh,
Now you're a man who can barely feel shame.
correct. That's not true.
Feel it every day.
I'm a deeply shameful person.
Oh, that was a nice little shot on the inside.
Forward into the backfield. This looks like cheeky offense. Oh, and a lovely
wow.
sliding snag there from Broadbridge.
That was really well done. So they get the score. It's 11-9. Game to 12.
Comeback, question mark?
Big question mark.
Just going to draw it on the steering wheel. In case you weren't sure. There's a lot of kids on the sideline.
Yeah, we haven't got them on camera, which is
I'm
for the
not-
best.
I'm not sure we can, you know.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, we really... Dogs are one thing, because, you know, dogs don't have rights to the same extent. They have some rights. You know, you can't, like, beat them and stuff.
Correct.
But you can basically share as many photos of a dog you don't own as you want, and no one's really going to get mad about it.
Right, I found an adorable cat on the way to Morrison's, which I had a little pet with.
Aww,
Yeah.
you just pet a random cat you found?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I?
Because what if it, like, bites you, scratches you, and you get, like, cat rabies?
In this country. Firstly,
In this time of year, in this part of the country, located
entirely outside Morrison's. Can I see it?
No.
No. Anyway, we now return to Benji and Lorcan Simpson's Deep Cuts live from Glasto.
Let's go, baby. We got many, many more to come.
No, I didn't say steamed hams.
And you describe these as steamed hams, despite the fact that they are obviously grilled.
Excuse me a moment. Oh, hammer over the top.
That's a nice way to wrap it up. And again, expertly towed out.
One's underneath it to the end zone. Oh, the trailing edge grab for the swag and the win.
Big fan of tying it up like that. Excellent stuff.
I mean, I must admit, trailing edge grabs do make me throw up in my mouth. But fair play, Rob. You've done Jane Fonda proud. He's 80s icon, by the way.
That's a fantastic, fantastic choice as an 80s icon.
Right, we've also, Brett also put Dolly Parton as her 80s icon.
I mean, I think Dolly Parton's one of those people who's kind of
Everyone's icon.
ephemeral, you know, they're just everywhere.
And so they didn't win.
90s icon, 70s icon.
They didn't win this game 9-5. It's 12-9 final score in the end, but happy with their work, the Mexicans. We've got more frisbee coming up next from two teams I can't remember. Can I find it?
Who are going to play a game you'll never forget. We'll be back in a minute.
It's Lemon versus Headrush in about 5 minutes' time.
The ultimate things in life are free, and we're keeping it that way. Subscribe to keep up with the latest games, tournaments, and community content. Share it with your team and friends, and drop a like to help spread Ultimate to more people. Spread the word, spread the love. Ultimate.tv.
We are a group of Ultimate players, coaches, and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, Ultimate TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and fund our work
to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with Ulti TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
Ulti.tv